Greetings everyone. We are now in the finals of Aavhan online chess tournament. With me I have Rucha Pujari, Women International Master, and I have Nikhil there from Paramount Deals. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks a
Hello,
lot.
welcome everybody on the stream and greetings on International Chess Day today. And what a great day and what a way to celebrate this special day by organizing a great tournament here. And we are here for the finals of the Avan Chess Fest. And today we are going to be witnessing exciting knockouts. And welcome Nikhil to the stream.
Thanks a lot, Rucha and Niranjan. It's pleasant, to be over here and associated with IIT Bombay as well as meeting you guys after a long time.
Yes, so tell us, Nikhil, what is the idea of Paramount Deals and how did you come up with it?
So yeah, see, basically, it was way back. Many years have passed now. So when I started with my one of my friends, and now we both are the founders of this company. So the main intent was, there was lots of products being sold in the chest, but not very good quality products were available in the market. So many people were, sourcing it out from US or UK if they want to have a good wooden board. So I just thought, and I come from a chess background. Many people might not know, but I was a national level chess player from my school days till my college also. So I was a
Mm-hmm.
mechanical engineer, and also I'm an alumni of IIM Bangalore.
Oh,
So somewhere down the line, there was a thing like really it needs a big change, and the chess industry was growing. So I just entered, and then we started firstly with the manufacturing of fabric paste and vinyl chess sets. Then we entered into plastic segment, then into wooden, then into metal, then aluminium, everything. Then it was like, let's say, Miss Niranjan will say, "Can you make this?" And I would be like, "Let's give it a shot." And we had a great team to work with. So now currently, we are having a team of around 30 people, and we make anything and everything regarding chess. And it's not just the production or the supply we do just for India, but we supply globally. And
okay.
our chess sets are very renowned because of their very good quality as well as good customer service and the after sale service that we provide to our customers.
Uh-huh, okay.
That's that's really impressive actually. And I was browsing through your website and I was able to see that
I think Rucha got frozen for a moment.
Yeah.
So that was actually my next question, that how many people actually work in your company?
Yeah, we have got a big team now. It's around 30 people. I know some are in R&D department. We love creating new things, and around 10 people are in operations. Like we try to dispatch all the orders within 24 hours. So that's our key motto. And then we have people in the marketing, social media, then in sales and all. So the team is growing, at a very rapid pace. We will be crossing around 60 people at the end of this year. That's what we target. We love to collaborate more.
Okay, so right now I have your website on the screen, Paramount Deals, and yeah, I can see a lot of tournament sets. And also, I got to know that Vedant Panesar is going to get your chess set worth 3,500 rupees in this tournament for being the top scorer.
Congratulations to Vedant. We'll be happy to supply you.
So, you have this personalized chess set. So, can you tell a little bit about that? What do you mean
De-
by that?
Definitely, definitely. Actually, if you go back to the past 1.5 years till the time we started with this, there was like the lots of people were coming to us telling, "Sir, can you do the algebraic notations on the board?" And so it was a big thing by then. So then we started with the algebraic notations. Then the people used to come up and say, "Sir, we really want something to be written on the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say a slogan." And I also personally feel, my entire office is full of quotes and slogans or text or pictures. So I always love, there should be something. The chessboard should have something in which when you look on it, you should get motivated.
Mm-hmm.
So we started, personalizing with the names. Let's say somebody says, "Can you mention the name on the H1 square or A1 square?" We
Mm-hmm.
started doing that. Then we started with the pictures. Then with the slogans, anything and everything. You say just you want a chessboard like this. We can do that for you. So you can customize it according to your needs.
Okay. Yeah, I just had a look and it looks very interesting. And there are also different varieties in the boards that you make as well. So, if somebody wants to order and then let's say they order a chess set, what kind of payment options do you have? Do you have BIM UPI interface?
We have, anything related to online media. We have a Beam UPI, everything. Apart from that, net banking is there. Even the EMI options are there. And apart from that, cards, debit cards, credit cards. That's all. But even we have started with the COD, cash on delivery now. So with a very limited pay, like 30% advance we take, and then 70% is cash on delivery option that we provide to our customers. Uh, so we all the major payment options are there on the website, and you will get the same similar fee that you get from the other major giants like Amazon or Flipkart. Like when the past shipment will be dispatched, you will get the notification that
Mm-hmm.
the shipment has been dispatched, and you will receive in this particular point of time, and you can track it. The tracking links will be provided, and the regular updates will be there.
Okay, and how has it fared so far? Like, how is the business doing right now? You're doing great, or what is the
Yeah,
situation?
see, the business is doing quite well
Mm-hmm.
because we always used to evolve. Like we have a target, like almost for the 30 days in 1 month we have to come up with at least 15 to 20 more products.
Ah,
So
okay.
we think even it is a simple plastic chess set, we will do it, but we would try to change some part of it. We love evolving up the game or the boards or the pieces we have made. So
Okay.
we develop new products according to the customer needs. That's the reason for our very fast growth. So the
Uh-huh.
business is doing quite well.
So I also see that you have other board games included. We started with handmade magnetic wooden classic snakes, snake and ladders, or Ludo, and there's also dart board. Great.
Yeah. So in the indoor, we have made our mark by introducing with the dart boards as well as snakes and ladders, ludos, and they are magnetic also. And also, we have launched the carom boards. It's just so the carom boards also will be of the tournament sized. Will be launched very soon on the website too. So we are
Lovely.
coming with the new games.
I think I really like the fact that this can also be a great birthday gift because one can personalize it and then like write the birthday person's name and gift it to them. So it also makes for a very good birthday gift.
Exactly, and you can also like personalize any message you want to give, and our team can provide a very good handwritten message to give a personal touch to your gift if you're gifting to someone. So we can really design it and pack it really well.
Okay. All right. So I think that's about it from my side. Like those were the questions I had, and I'm really glad that you were able to make it to today's inauguration of finals. Do you have anything else to say?
It's my pleasure to be associated. I was looking. We love collaborating with many colleges in the year, so it was a pride moment for me to collaborate with IIT Bombay this time. It was a very good experience, I must say. Uh, with because your own college life comes when you talk with these people who are very enthusiastic and passionate about the game, and they want to make it at a big level. So I'm very happy to be a part of it in any way possible, and it was
Okay.
a good experience.
Yeah, it was great to have you here. And dear viewers, you can also go to Paramount Deals website and get a chessboard for yourself. And with that, I would like to thank you, Nikhil, for joining us. And for that, we'll now go for commercials, and then the finals will begin. Welcome back, everyone. And yes, we have Rucha back with us. And Rucha, you can maybe tell the viewers about the format of the event.
Yes, of course, Niranjan. This is a very exciting event, and today we have the finals. And The format is going to be knockouts today, and we had a qualifier event for this on 17th July, where we saw around 400 players participating from all over the world. We had so many title players, and we had a winner in that tournament who was Vedant Panisar. And we saw his impressive result. He was ahead of the field, ahead of all the title players. Isn't it, Niranjan, impressive?
Yeah, that's impressive. And with that, I think they are also going to have all these top eight will be playing the event, and the first prize of this event is 20,000, right?
Yes, yes. So we have a cash prizes for this event, a very big event. And today we are going to have the finals of it, and we are very excited to see this knockout. Of course, it is a very exciting format, but also it can be quite nervous for the players to play this because you have to go all in all the games here today.
Yeah, because it's a knockout format already.
Yes, and today the time control will be Blitz 5 minutes plus 3 seconds for both the players.
Yes, so the games have begun. So I will now switch to the boards, and here you go. So I'm now
Okay,
also
let's begin. Let's wish good luck to all the players and let's start with the games.
yeah. So I can see that the games have already begun. Yeah, the games have begun, and I'm sending you the link so you can also check.
Yes. So we are following the game challenging Kibitzer versus Swimmer Chess right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope you have the links of all the games.
Okay, so let's go.
So swimmer chess is Shiva Mahadevan.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen his games? Do you know about him?
No, but of course he's a very strong player and he's challenging Kibitzer, the first one in the
Tournament.
qualifiers.
Yes, that's
Because I
Vedant.
think he's the only untitled player, right, in this event.
I'm not sure. I think there were others as well who are titled. Yeah, with this untitled, I'm not sure because I haven't checked the titles of the players. I've only checked their chess.com ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe with the clue that we get from chess.com title, we can say that yeah, challenging Kibitzer is untitled, but his rating is 2600. The
Yes.
only problem here I see is, irrespective of the evaluation, White has very less time on the clock.
Yes, that's the first thing I noticed, to be honest, because this is a blitz event and so much depends on the time. But of course, we have increments. So since we have 5 plus 3, we have strong players playing, and I believe that today none of them will be flagged because with increment we can always rely until the very end to play quick moves, and we can still get time. So in the beginning, it is all about position, and the one who gets better position can also get an easy play in
Yeah.
the end.
Have you had experience in the recent months to like play in shorter time controls like this? Have you played any events?
Yes, yes. Now I'm playing a lot of events online and have experience in playing in shorter controls like this. And it is good that we are today here, like we are players ourselves and we have been on both the sides, like spectating, commenting, and also playing. So we know how it feels to be on this side. And there is a lot of pressure indeed, especially in the knockouts, as I said before. And every decision is important in these games today.
Yeah. So let's look at other games. We've already looked at Shiva Mahadevan's game. Mitrabha
Mhm.
Guha is also playing against Grandmaster from Armenia. Mitrabha is black. What do you think about the position? What's your evaluation?
Okay, let me see. Just give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, do we have any favorites in this event?
I mean, I have a personal favorite. Like, I would like to go with Shiva Mahadevan
Mm-hmm.
because I've played against him before, and
Mm-hmm.
I've also like practiced with him. So that's a personal bias I have. But otherwise, I think Mitrba Goa is also pretty strong to win this event.
Yes, okay. So we have all the eight players who are close to each other, I think. So we don't have anyone who is completely ahead of the field and a complete favorite. So today, anybody can win and anybody can take away the first grand prize.
Yeah. So yeah, as I had mentioned earlier, Mitrba has gone for G5 break, and after G6 is Rook G6 coming. Let me see if I can get the player cams also.
Okay. So we should mention that we have all the players, and we have a strong fair play policy for this event too. So we have the players on camera, and we also have them sharing the screen with us today. So let's take a look at them.
Yeah, so give me a moment.
Okay, so right now on stream we are following Mitraba's game from Black, and Black has a very good position right now. I like that we have a good control over the G file here. Black has good control over the G file, and it is looking good. And suddenly we have Rook G6, quite an interesting move there. An exchange, a sacrifice idea by White here. And now let's see if Black is going to accept this, and this will change the dynamics of the position completely after Black accept this. And I suppose white will take with the f pawn, fg6 coming up, but at g6 can also be interesting to follow up with, let's say, queen h5. So both the ideas are looking good here for white.
Yeah, I also feel white is really doing great. We just have got player cams. You can see everybody in the hall, like let's say the Zoom hall.
Mhm.
Shiva Madhavan, you can see is also
Look
there.
at them. They look at everybody right now, so serious and so tense. It's good to follow their expressions as they play.
Yeah, and then we are back with the board, and yeah, as you mentioned, he actually picked up the exchange on g6 and now has also picked up the pawn on f5, and the
Mhm.
bishop on b2 is a monster. E6 check is going to
Yes.
happen.
Yes, and sometimes you have to use a different strategy when you're playing blitz. And Rook G6 can be a good practical decision in this format because it is much difficult to defend when you have less time. When you're under 1 minute, it is much difficult to defend and find all the resources there.
Yeah, I agree. I am actually thinking about a very crazy idea here, like a possibility of playing queen takes g5, h g5 after you have played king g2 and rook h1.
Wow, that's a very interesting idea. But I would be a bit scared to start with queen g5. Maybe I would place king g2 first and then
Yeah, now
prepare rook
he's
h1.
threatening. Yeah, he's threatening queen into g5, right?
But there is not a mate right now, is it?
No,
Even if
now
hg5, rook h1, king g7, rook h7, okay, we get the queen in skewer.
yeah, that was my point, but
Mhm.
now it's okay, I think. Now white is of course the favorite to win this game because of so many threats. E6 can come.
Mhm. The bishop f5 is quite strong. Black is holding on with this h6 and bishop on g5. So I'm expecting e6 at some point. And if black is able to exchange some of the pieces and able to dilute this attack, then black is fine. But otherwise, it is very dangerous to play with these pieces right now, especially two strong pair, two bishops and bishop pair here for white.
Yeah, but
So white can pick up the exchange anytime here on g7. So white can pick up the material, but I don't think white is going to do that. And white will play for initiative here.
yeah, but I'm now wondering, what if black just waits? What is white's winning plan? Whether white will go queen f3, queen c3?
But still, that is not enough, right? Bishop f6, and that will force trade of the bishops.
Yeah, I'm still wondering. I think the position, the evaluation is also like balanced. If you see the chess.com bar,
Yes,
it's because white is having a chance to like take the exchange, but he cannot, and black is not having any useful move to make.
yes. Right now, black is waiting, and maybe bishop d6 can be interesting idea for white, and try to push the pawn with e7. And
Ah, yes, bishop d6, queen a7.
yeah, this is not easy at all because black may have some counter attack too. So we need to be very careful, and let's see how they pull off with just a few seconds on the clock. This is a very exciting game already,
Yeah,
and it's a. I am not sure. I can't pick sides in this game right now.
e7, queen a3, e8, queens. So rook takes e7 has to happen. Yes, bishop e7, queen e7, then rook e1. Oh, are
Yes,
they
or other
listening?
ideas may no, yeah, yeah. I think that is that way we can go. Bishop e7 and then rook e1. Good idea. So
And
materially, black is only one pawn up, so maybe not enough compensation to play this. But black has some ideas with queen h2. But after king takes f3, there are no checks after that.
yeah, seems
But you
very
see,
fair.
Niranjan, this opposite color bishop leads to a lot of interesting games,
Yeah,
and attack is always very quick in such positions.
yes, just yesterday we witnessed the opposite color bishop between Adiban and Vidit.
Yes, indeed. I saw the game. And even though end games are quite drawish, they say middle games are exactly opposite. And they can be very, very sharp. And you have to be very careful since the bishops never challenge each other. And it is not easy to stop the attack. And the yesterday's game was a very good example to study the relation of opposite color in middle games.
Yeah, true, 100%. I agree. I'm now wondering what happens on rook takes g6 here.
Mhm.
Oh, he goes for
I
rook takes f5.
I was also looking at some king h5, just defend on g6.
Now black is threatening h5 check. Will he notice?
Oh, wow. No, I think now white is okay, maybe. Yes, after queen d6, white is okay. And now I believe white will win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Still requires some technique, but you see,
Oh, so that, I mean, he lost his queen. Okay. So in order to
yes,
follow the next few games, I need to take a small break. We'll be back again in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
yes, okay.
Okay, we are back, guys, and now we are following the game of Mitraba, who lost his first game, but then he's back. He's having a fiancé to King's Indian position with the white side.
Mm-hmm.
And so the username of Mitraba is MITRABHAA. For all those of you who want to follow this game live, go to chess.com/live and type in the chat /follow and then Mitraba. And
So can you say again MITRABHA?
there is extra A.
Oh, okay.
So we have this position where black's rooks have been doubled. Do you play King's Indian with black Rucha?
Sometimes I do, but look at the spawns. A6, B6, C6, and D6.
Yeah, they are
But
the
I'm
fairy dot
more
pawns.
of a player from the white side. So I like this G3 setup. And the idea of F3 is to protect E4. And then later when E4 is more fortified, then to prepare F4 and E5 later.
Yeah. Diadia 81, the Armenian grandmaster, has played D5. Now G3 is attacked. I think white is actually in trouble. He was not in time to find that king h2, that extra move.
Yes, yes. And in this opening, if black is able to get D5 in a tactical way, then black is generally fine.
Yeah.
So maybe this was a crucial time for black to get that D5 when, as you can see, the G3 pawn is undefended. And as just Niranjan said, that maybe we needed that king h2 move before, so that G3 is defended, and then black cannot attack G3 easily, and white can react in the center.
Yeah. So we'll come back to this game. Let's go to the game between Maqsad 94. So the username here is Maqsad-94. There is a grandmaster from Turkmenistan against an international master from Turkmenistan. So it's a clash between two players from Turkmenistan.
Oh, wow.
And in the first game, Maqsad 94 has won. And we have a Budapest Gambit here, and I like black's position already. What about you?
It's fine right now. Like we just have 10 moves on the board, so knight f8 is just played, and let's check the opening quickly. D4 and f6, c4, e5. Oh, we have the gambit which was declined by white, and white in the beginning played d5, not accepting this gambit.
Yes. And then after bishop c5, knight c3, castles. You know that I have played this position with the white side, but the move here is not e4. Do you know the best move here?
Instead of e4?
Yeah.
No.
Because black has this bishop on c5, the move is e3.
Okay.
And then bring the bishop to d3. But in this game, white did not do that. He played e4 and then h3 and then knight f3 and queen e2. I think black has, if you reach the the present position, I really liked black, but now the bishops are exchanged, and I think, I actually like black, but once the dark square bishops are exchanged, I'm not so sure.
Okay, yes. But it is also about the situation right now, like it also depends on the situation. Since black, as you said, has won the first game, maybe black is playing solid and not trying to be more aggressive and changing the strategy due to the situation.
Yeah, maybe. The good factor for white is that white has some extra time, and he might play knight c4 and a4.
Yes, so once again, let us remind the viewers that this is a knockout event. So we have winners who will be going for the next round. And that's why you need to sometimes change your strategy in the tournament.
Yes, so after this, the winners of this match will then go to the next stage and so on. So we have like 3 stages, and at 7 p.m. we'll have the finals, I think. And now I think let's go to the next game. The next game I have is let's see, where is swimmer chess? So username is Swimmer Chess, and Shiva Madhavan is playing. Oh, we are already following him, but I don't see his game here. So let's focus on the next game. Let me see which other games we can follow.
Okay, so maybe Mitraba, let's go to that game. And
Yeah.
G3 pawn is just captured right now. So after D5, what happened? After D5, B4 happened, the position that we left. And that was actually a very interesting reaction
B4,
after
okay.
D5. Because, black was challenging the center and also the king side. But white played B4, very interesting move.
Yep, and then after b4, black played knight to e6, and then knight e6, rook e6 happened. G3 is still hanging. CD, CD, ED, and then after exchanges, the rooks are exchanged now, and then we have this particular position where
Yes, right now we are on move number 28. Queen f4 is just played on the game. And the queen on b2 is terribly strong. And maybe somewhere we have to check knight f6, like d6, knight f6 somewhere, if the black knight on e8 moves. But the downside is that the bishop on g2 is quite poor.
yeah, but it is like covering the king. It's like a tall pawn which is covering the king.
Yes. And it also stops some checks, like if there are some queen c1, maybe you can also stop with bishop f1 with no checks after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like the white's chances here. I feel white has good chance, but the only problem here is time, just 23 seconds.
Yes, and now white is going after b6. So b6 is attacked. So maybe black needs to retreat the queen to c7 somewhere. And
Yeah.
just as we said, bishop f1 is played on the board, and there are no checks after this.
Yeah. If black goes queen f4 back, do you think white will capture the pawn on b6 and give up d5 pawn?
Yes, I think that is also fine because bishop d5 somewhere, queen d8, and attacking both the bishop and the knight.
Yeah, this is going to be a fight, and Mitrba is not going to give up so easily. We have seen Mitrba in a lot of Title Tuesday events. He keeps playing the games, and we have actually got access to Shiv Madhavan's game as well. So his username is Swimmer Chess,
Okay, yes.
and he's playing against Mikhail Arman, again a grandmaster from Armenia. This is an Archangel Sri Lopez.
Yes, so now we just saw rook e1 and
Yes.
c4. Okay, bishop c2 is played.
Okay, how do you
And-
evaluate this one?
Yes, I was just thinking about b4, and black will try to expand on the queen side. So it is a very unclear position, we can say, because white will eventually push in the center with e5, and black will try to expand on the queen side. But we have to also worry a little bit about this pin on f6, because as you see, the bishop is completely away on a7.
Yeah.
So it is not so easy to get out of this pin on bishop h4 d8 diagonal.
Oh, I just realized that it's a practice game. So Shiv Madhavan is out. That's the confirmation I've got.
All right.
So let's go to the ongoing game, that is Mitrba versus Dia 81.
Okay, I'm there. And we are in the end game. Look at that. We are at the end game, and a very equal end game indeed. We have knight end game with 5 pawns each. And even though d6 is a pass pawn, black king can easily stop it with king going towards it. I thought maybe king f8, but knight f6 would be quite strong. So
Yeah.
king g7 is played. And black can eventually join close king f6, or maybe push the pawn on f7 and then go to king f7. So threats are stopped right now. And I'm wondering now if d6 can be a potential weakness instead of strength.
Yeah, good question. I don't know whether it's a weakness. Only time will tell.
Literally, yes. This time we can say literally.
Oh, but the king is chasing the knight. Knight c4, king b5, and when both are attacked.
So we have a lot of trades of pawns, and knight end games are very, very tricky. But the problem here is that black has extra pawn and the pawns are on two different sides. So generally when you're playing knight in games, if the pawns are all on the same side, it's easy for the knight to stop it. But if the pawns are completely on different sides, the knight cannot reach in time and it's
Yeah.
very difficult. So that is the disadvantage of having knights than bishops in the endgames. Bishops are long ranged, knights are very short ranged.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they are, I mean, especially weak against the rook pawns.
Mhm. So I think this black will push for a win. And there are easy chances for white to go wrong in this.
Yeah, I think black is going to win this one because this knight is
Yeah.
not great against defending and like
Yes, I think black can just give up h5 and bring the knight towards the queen side and take away some of the important squares, and then a pawn will promote.
yeah. I see a result. So oh no, that's a different game. So you're right. He got his knight to this side, and he
Yes,
probably
yes.
wants to
So
go.
what I want to do with black is that get the knight towards king side and take out important squares like c2, let's say, and then just.
C2.
So we need to take the help of the knight here.
So let's say knight d3 and knight b4, but then knight e3, knight b5. He goes knight d1. Okay.
Yeah, knight c3 and then king b3. That's a good idea.
Aha. Okay. Knight a3.
King b4. Okay, let's see. Maybe black wants to go knight c2 and king b4.
And then I think that should do the trick. Yes, you're right. Knight b1. There is king b2.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
So,
Mitrba is out after this. If he loses this, he's out. Yeah.
okay, so a good endgame technique by black, we must say.
Yeah, good endgame
Was
technique, and it was a thrill. I mean, thrilling endgame.
yes, yes. So knight endgames are very tricky. So this was a very equal looking endgame, but black did put on a very good show of endgame skills.
Yeah, I think the turning point was that move d5 in this game.
Okay, let's quickly jump to the game Maksud versus Atabayev because they are both under heavy time pressure.
Okay.
And we have 5 pawns versus 4 pawns. Once again, we have endgame and queen endgame here. And maybe once again, we will see knight endgame if white chooses to trade. But no, this is okay. A simple win now for white because white gets the knight on f4.
Uh-huh. Yeah, queen takes f4. So,
Yes.
okay. So I'm just waiting for the confirmation from arbiter just to see
So I
what.
think we finished all the games for this round, right? For the first round?
Yeah, we finished all the games.
Mhm.
So I think it's a good moment to also talk about the tournament sponsor and also like what exactly this event is all about. So I have some information about the sponsor, that CoinDCX. It's the India's largest and safest cryptocurrency exchange. The exchange has a powerful yet simple interface, and it's backed by world-class security processes, and it also includes a safe and instant KYC verification, a process that ensures that there's insurance cover to safeguard users' funds. And it was also recently recognized as a great place to work. And then we also have MPL, which is an online gaming platform. And then we also talked to Paramount Deals, the CEO Nikhil, and of course
Yes.
we all know Aavhan IIT. This is already the third event that they are doing here on chess.com, and we are
Yes,
doing
a
this
big
on a
thank you to
special day.
sponsors for the support.
Yes, we thank them all for the support they have done for this event, and today is a special day. Rucha, maybe you could throw some light on that.
Yes, of course, today is 20th July, and this day is celebrated for World International Chess Day, we can say, and it is
Yeah.
celebrated all over the world. And it is celebrated because of the start of the World Chess Federation as long back as in 1924, when the World Chess Federation, as we know as FIDE, it was established, and it is celebrated. This day is celebrated since 1966, if I'm not wrong. And since then, we have been celebrating it every year. And chess is something that unites all of us together. And we are here who have been playing. I also know you from a very long time. We have been playing chess for many years,
Yeah.
and has become our life. So for many, many people all over the world, chess is life. And chess is such a beautiful game. And today we celebrate one day to thank this beautiful game for bringing such joy to all of us in our lives.
Yeah, and on chess.com we released an article in which we shared like 10 different ways to celebrate your chess day. So I personally did a lot of them in that list. So I'm like I also played a tournament online which was only meant for chess.com stuff. And then I also like solved puzzles. I taught, I took some classes, and now I'm here talking. So how did you begin your chess day today?
Yes, of course. I not just today, but every day I spend hours and hours in chess. I'm a professional player, trainer, and a streamer. So for me, chess is completely my life. And my day was usual, like every other day. So in chess, and to remember correctly, I was solving some tactics when I woke up today.
Great. And also, you have written a chess book featuring tactics, right? I have
Yes,
read
yes.
it.
Yes, it was some time back. And like recently, chess has got a very big boom once again because of online chess. So, which is your personal favorite? Do you like to play online or do you like to play over the board?
I actually like to play over the board. I mean, that's what I feel is natural chess. But
Mhm.
when it comes to online, I actually like to watch the bullet portions. Like we have this junior speed chess, women speed chess. I especially enjoy the portion in which the commentators are very excited and there is a thrill that goes. I think that's the favorite part for me when it comes to online chess. But
Yes.
playing wise, definitely over the board.
Yes, me too. My side is also the same. I really like to play over the board. And after this situation, after a lot of tournaments getting cancelled, recently we have a very big event going on right now, which is the World Cup.
Yes.
And chess.com is also having live coverage of it. So if you haven't followed already, do check out chess.com's YouTube channel and also chess.com India's channel. And I think you are covering the events, right? The
Yes,
rounds every
on
day.
chess.com/TV, we are covering the entire event. And
Mhm.
on this YouTube channel, chess.com India's YouTube channel, we are covering the highlights after their games are over.
Mhm.
And I have an update. The update is that there is one board that's going for Armageddon.
Wow. So let's check that. And which players are playing Armageddon right now?
Yeah, so I'll just get that. But the game has not begun yet, so we'll have to wait.
That's a good news that we did not miss it from the beginning.
Yeah, so we'll watch that, and that's the board number three. So they
Mhm.
have just notified me that there will be Armageddon between Maksat and Atabayev Samar Miarat. Okay, that's a long name, hard to pronounce for me.
So we were just following their game. So let's see Armageddon. I think that was the game we saw Queen D6 at the end, the last move.
Yeah, probably. I don't see it on my screen right now, so I'll just wait for the games to begin. I think the game will automatically begin if you're following. Like you put
Can you
slash
tell me again?
follow, and the username is MAKSAT-94.
Okay. So those who don't know about Armageddon, please tell us the time control, what they will be playing.
I think the time control here will be 5 and 4. 5 minutes
Mhm.
for the white side and 4 minutes for the black side. As far as
Mhm.
I know, and the player playing white has to win. uh, because in case of a draw, black wins.
Yes, exactly. So in chess, we have this format which is to break the tie breaks. So even if when we go to tie breaks and even if we have draws, this is the one where draws are not accepted. So white is given 1 minute extra, and the result, if it is drawn, favors black side. So no matter what result we have, we will see one player only going forward and one will be eliminated.
Yeah, that's true. Have you got any over the board experience of playing Armageddon, Richa?
Not Armageddon, but tie breaks, of course.
So you've played tie breaks.
Yeah, tie breaks, yes, but not Armageddon. Like the tie breaks we see, we have rapid. So generally, when we are playing classical events, we have rapid, tie breaks, and maybe blitz. But yeah, not Armageddon.
Okay.
Do you
I
remember
have played
anything?
tie breaks too, but no, I don't remember playing Armageddon as well.
Okay, they are starting. Let's go. They are starting. And
Okay.
here, Maksat has 5 minutes and Atabayev has 4 minutes in the beginning. And Maksat has to play for win only.
Correct. So whose side are you taking in such a situation? White or black?
If I have to pick color, maybe I will pick white.
Okay. This is a knight off, and this is an opening that is usually played for three results, I would say. So black, black has played knight off, and is pretty confident. Yeah, knight off is like very
Yes, yes.
dangerous
So
opening.
it's a good choice from white side. White can get into some sharp positions from this.
I see queen g3. Oh, queen g3 has been played, and now
Knight g6.
bishop e3.
So black maybe would like to trade and go into simpler endgames. Of course, endgames are not simple indeed, but simpler than middle games. And the black may want that. So that is why we can see some of the black's decisions like knight d7. And in this case, knight d7 is actually a pretty sound move because the knight will go to e5, which is an outpost for the knight.
Yes, so that knight on e5 cannot be disturbed. Is put a do not disturb signal. So no pawn to like push it away. And d6 is like, let's say, a burdened pawn because it's a central pawn, but it has no supporters.
Yes. So there is a lot of pressure on white here in such a situation because not only does white has to play sharp, but also play fast if he wants to use this difference of 1 minute.
Yes, that's a very good point you mentioned, because in such a case, though black is okay with a draw, he has to play fast because there is no increment. He has to rely heavily on the position and also on the time.
Yes. Okay, so far white has able to keep that difference of 1 minute, and we see h4, and this
Yeah,
is what
I
we are
like
talking
that move.
about because white has to go all in now. This
Yeah.
is white's chance to create some attack with h5, maybe h6.
Maybe white will play rook f6 just to scare his opponent. Yeah, rook f6 and then idea rook e6. Yeah, he goes
Yes,
for
yes,
it.
you said it, and that's what we see right now. That's a very interesting move, and now white is threatening to take on h6 and also e6 at the same time.
How do we defend this? King h7?
But still rook e6 is there, and white will get a pawn. No, not a pawn, but g7, and queen is under attack. So looks like white is
Oh,
here
it's
winning, maybe.
lost. Yeah. Queen g7 is coming.
Yes,
This is
so
lost.
knight f5 is almost only moved to prevent getting checkmated, and then white just takes on f5, and white is having extra material.
Yeah. So this
Wow.
is Maksud is going to win this one.
Yes, just you saw rook f6 was really scary move, and
Yeah.
not easy to play after that.
Yeah. So white is a clean piece up. This is going to end in white's favor.
So looks like Maksud is going to round 2.
Yeah, it's going to next round. Now, is queen e5 a threat? No, not really. Maybe knight d6 is a threat.
So now white is ahead on material and also on time. So everything is looking in favor of white.
Yeah. F6, yeah. It's being very accurate. Queen F4, and then both. You will see three weak pawns, and one of them will definitely fall. King G7, I think Knight G3, and it's
Yes, okay. So we can see this game ending very quickly now.
mm-hmm.
Black is fighting until the end. But if the time situation was reversed, maybe it would be a little bit different. But now time also favors white here.
Yeah, and plus the king is under fire. This king on F7.
So I think the mistake in this game was maybe king h8, right? After rook f6.
But even in case of king h7, there was rook into e6 coming, right?
Yeah, rook e6 is a threat anyway. So black should give the pawn on h6 and defend e6.
Maybe we'll look at that once the game ends. We'll try to see what is the best move for black. Now in king g1, yeah, I mean we are going to see the game ending very soon, but it is in such situations where white has to be extra careful because the win is so close. You would not want to make a move in haste and throw it away.
Yes. In chess, one move can completely change the result. So the best advice is to not relax until the game is actually over. Even if you have completely winning position, don't relax at all. Finish your game and only then celebrate.
Yes. So here Lasker's advice comes handy. So Lasker has written in his book, that when you are in a winning position, you must sit on your hands. So that's
Yes.
good advice. I mean, you can also give to students.
Yes,
SOYH.
of course. Especially those who are learning chess right now, who are new to chess. This is a very good advice that Niranjan just said. And it is it is actually a good advice to players of all levels.
Yes.
If you're winning, don't celebrate yet.
Yeah, that's true. But when kids are involved, I can actually literally make them sit on their hands and think. So to give them a taste of how it feels to experience that temptation to make a move, but then resist it and find the best move.
Yes. So you see, like white here, of course, both are very strong players, but you see the patience of white in playing this kind of position. Even if he knows he's winning, he's taking his time and
Now comes the
not
blow.
rushing it.
Then G7, Queen G7 is coming, and H8 is hanging. D7 is also going. Yeah, he'll first take H8, and then another check with the Queen will finish the game. Yeah, White has decent amount of time. He should be able to get it done.
Yes.
Queen D8, Queen B8, Queen F8, you name it. So many checks are possible. He goes for the
Okay.
B8.
Or you can just try to simplify. It's like white should try for a mate or try to simplify. What would you do?
I would
Do you like to
simplify.
just simplify or try to find a mate?
No, I would simplify because a win is a win no matter how you get it. I will choose the way that is more certain. Because then if you're in search of a mate, sometimes there is a mate, sometimes there is no mate, but material means you have it. It's there in your pocket.
Yes, especially if you're playing shorter time controls like this, just go for a simple win and you don't need to spend time to try to find the best moves or, a mate every time.
Black is still playing for one last trap. Unfortunately, the pawn is there on a6, which means that there will be no stalemate.
Yes, okay. So we see the end of the game right now and well done, Maksat.
Well done, Maksat, and I think now we will have the next game starting. So before we go to the next games, let's take a short break and we'll be back.
Okay, sure.
We are here with me. I have Women International Master Rucha Pujari, and we are streaming the finals of Aavhan online chess tournament presented by Coin DCX.
Hello, everybody. And now we are going to round two. So we just witnessed round one, and this is a knockout event. So now the winners will be going to round two, and we will be starting soon. We will be starting soon with the games.
Yeah, so there is semi-final starting in about 90 seconds from now. And in those 90 seconds, I would like to know your impression about the World Cup. Did you follow the World Cup? Did you follow any specific games that you liked? And who are you rooting for today in Vidit versus Aavhan?
Oh, yes, I'm of course following the World Cup every day. And of course, I'm following all the Indians, and I feel very proud about the players who are representing India in this World Cup. And we had an unfortunate pairing, India versus India. So that is a bit sad. And I don't have a favorite out of two, but it was really respectable how Aavhan won his second game to bounce back. And today we will be having the tie breaks between them. So I invite everybody to watch the World Cup and stay updated with the chess news and also our top Indian players who are representing our country there.
Yeah, as I see, I think the games have already started in the World Cup, because I think we're supposed to start at 5:30. But since I am in this stream, I could not really see what's the status. And then after
But it's
World Cup,
great that we have a tournament starting again in this situation, and we have World Cup now and everything is going smoothly. So it's a good news for all the chess players out there.
yes, that's true. And tonight, after this stream, we also have Title Tuesday that starts at 10:30 p.m. again, where all the title players of the world will play in that event. And most of the participants from the World Cup have also like let's say half of them have already got back home. So I think we'll see more Title Tuesday, more participation in this event tonight.
Yes, sure. And when does it start at Indian time? So those
It starts
want
at 10:30 Indian time. And we have the game. We have liftoff between Vedant and Ali Rastbod. So the username of Vedant is challenging Kibitzer.
Okay, so now we are going into round two.
This is semi-finals.
Yes, of the semifinals. So we are going into the semifinals of our event today, and let's start.
Wow, yeah, this is. I have played this opening myself, but I mean as black, but I haven't faced Queen B3 yet. But yes,
So we are following Vedant's game. So Vedant Panesar is playing white here, and even though he is not title player right now, as you can see on the stream, don't forget that he was the winner of the qualifiers.
yes,
So he was ahead of all the title players out there.
yes, that's true, and he is also getting Paramount Deal's chess set for his efforts.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice.
So with Bishop G2, I think White will castle soon, and the only problem for Black is the Rook on A7. I think apart from that, Black is solid. 95. Have you played this system with either colors?
Yes, I have played it with white, and it's like black does not want to play b6. That's why even though it looks misplaced, black is fine and tries to keep up with the structure. B6, b7, c6, and d5, and white generally tries to provoke black to push the b7 pawn, and
Yeah.
that's why we see.
That's true. Now, given a chance, I think White would love to play Queen B6 and cement the knight on B6, put the pawn on A5. This is White's plan, but how does Black prevent Queen B6?
It's not easy.
Yeah, there you have the answer. Knight D7 was the answer.
Okay, yes.
That's a move that.
Knight a4 I like because knight can go to b6 or c5, and now black has bishop pair, white has bishop and knight, but so far as we can see, It is a bit of a close position, we can say, not entirely open, and e6 bishop is still to be active.
Yeah. Now after queen d7, maybe black is ready to play b5, but white plays queen
Queen
b6.
b6, interesting. So now black needs to go back with the rook, maybe.
I was considering rook f a8. Idea is to play bishop d8 and b5.
That's also quite interesting. Yeah, we need to somewhere play bishop d8 to dislodge this queen. And okay, rook c1.
Yeah, I think now is a chance. Now or never kind of situation. Bishop d8, push the queen away. Oh, rook f b8. The idea is bishop d8.
Yes, bishop d8, and then push this b7 pawn forward. And maybe white will want to get his knight to one of these squares. So we have two weak squares, that is b6 and c5, and the black bishop cannot control both of these squares. So the knight may jump in at some point. Yes,
Yeah.
just as we saw, knight jumps to c5.
And then after queen ca, there is knight takes e6. Okay.
Okay, queen d8, and now we will be going into endgame.
Queen d8. No, I think white will refrain from exchanging, right? Queen b3, because queen d8, bishop d8. Oh, he goes for it.
He goes for the exchange here. And now can we say it's equal?
Yeah, I'm thinking what happens after knight e6. But no, I would not love to. I would not take this, but I'm just considering what happens.
Yes, and again we will have opposite color bishop endgame.
Yes, black cannot play b6 or b5 right now because the c6 hangs after knight e6.
Yes, black has potential to open up this queen side, you see, rook on a8 and b8. But if white stops that, then these rooks will be a bit passive on a8 and b8.
Yeah, in a way, in chess, this is called the Karlsbad structure, and white is employing the minority attack because white has 2 and 3 pawns here, and black has 4 pawns on the queen side. And if it's white who is playing on the queen side, then that is called the minority attack.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good term for some of those new players, like people who have just entered chess, to like Google some chess
Yes, of
terms.
course. It is a very important structure, especially if you are a d4 player.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, this is more common in d4, but there are some openings like Caro-Kann and French and some sorts of Sicilians in which you might face Karlsbad, but reverse colors.
Yes, so now it will be an instructive endgame. So black does have bishop pair, but knight
Oh,
e6. That's a interesting decision by white.
yeah, I think he is banking on the fact that e6 and g6 are on light squares and they might be long-term weaknesses. I also have a feeling he wants to go bishop f1 and bishop h3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an interesting idea you suggested. Bishop f1 and bishop h3. Very interesting idea indeed. And if white is able to control the c file, so next move probably will be rook a c1, and white is playing for space here. And you
Wow.
see that the bishop on d8 is a bit misplaced. Black may not want the bishop there, but it needs to keep protecting b6.
Yeah.
And the king can't come closer because king d8 leads to rook b6, winning a pawn for white anytime. So
Yeah, the
that's why
bishop
black
cannot
cannot
leave.
challenge rook c8.
I think now this bishop f1, bishop h3 is slightly delayed, right?
Yes, because maybe bishop f1 might be met with king d7.
Yeah, that's the reason. Now, so he's going for bishop d3 so that the king remains here, and then maybe he wants to put the bishop to f1.
Okay, so how about king d7 now, followed by g5? So as
Ah,
to
king
try to
d7.
But h5 will still be a weakness. So maybe takes followed by bishop e2 or g6, but then we have h4 trying to.
So if all the pawns get liquidated there, then the chances for white will keep decreasing.
Mm-hmm. But you see the time situation here. Wow, I just
Wow.
noticed. It's a so big difference.
Yeah, I think he is completely in favor of white right now.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, we have another game going, which is Dia Dia 81 versus Maksat. Maksat, who won the
Yes.
Armageddon game, is playing white,
Okay.
and the username is Maksat 94.
Yes, I got it. And they have just started the game right now.
Yes. Yeah, they have just started the game, and after Bishop B5, I would play Queen C7 instantly, but Black is still considering options. He goes E4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop
E4,
G7.
interesting decision by Black. So Black is okay with the trade of the bishops because maybe next Black will want to put the queen on F6 and this diagonal is still fine.
Yeah, I think that's the point probably. He wants to bring the queen here. The variation I am seeing right now is Bishop G7, King G7, Bishop C6, B
Mhm.
C6, and then Knight E1.
Okay. And I will be a little worried about these pawn islands, you see, like the pawns on C5 and C6. I would be a little bit worried about that as a long-term weakness for Black.
Yeah, I think the game has to be decided in the early middle game in the next few moves.
Mhm.
If it's like going into an end game, then white is a favorite.
Yes, but you see, this pawn on d2 is also a backward pawn. So black may want to pile up on that. Maybe queen d5 or queen d3 followed with rook d8. And it will push white to a passive defense.
Yes, you're right. Now I think after bishop into c4, white cannot really look at the c5 pawn or c6 pawn with the rook because white has his own pawn on c4.
Yes, maybe yeah, queen a4 is a nice move here. So to get rid of the pawn on d2 and to trade it with c6. So that is a good decision by white.
I think black will probably play rook fc8, no? Support the pawn.
And then white has to play rook d1.
Yeah.
Or maybe queen a5. No, queen a5, I think is still possible, right?
Queen f5 is possible, but as white, it's up to white whether white wants to give up the pawn on c4 or not.
Hmm. But that will also give some activity. Queen c4, rook
Rook
c1,
c1, yeah.
and then get the c5 pawn.
Yeah, I think this game, it's right now suddenly equal. It's hard to pick sides.
Yes, even though black has this weakness on c6 and c5, maybe the one of these pawns will be traded for pawn on c4 or d2 eventually.
Yeah.
And then the weakness will no longer exist for black.
In the other game, we see a lot of things have changed, and we have Vedant in a winning position right now, and he's won this
Oh,
game.
wow. The game is over. Congrats to challenging Kibitzer. Congrats to Vedant for a great game and also with the confidence he's playing. As you can see, it reflects in the time
Yeah.
at the end of the game.
3 minutes 17 seconds. Wow.
That's
Great,
really
great.
amazing.
Okay. Coming
Especially
back,
when you're playing opponents, who are your strength or even maybe
slightly
higher
higher. Yeah.
than you.
Yeah, that was amazing. Amazing efforts by
Yes, very impressive. Well
Vedant.
done. This was a very, very smooth positional victory by white.
Yes, we were wondering whether the pawns would be exchanged on the king side. I think at one moment, like here, and after the rooks were exchanged, I'm just very curious. After g5, hg5, rook c6, his opponent did not really play h4. Because they had g4. So there's another game. Like this is a second game of the semi-finals. So he's playing another game against Ali Rastpo. This time, Vedant will be black.
Okay, they started their second game.
Yeah.
So everybody who are watching, this is knockouts. So we started with 8 players and now we are in the semi-finals. That means we have 4 players and we are following both the games at the same time. And which game are you following right now? Are you following Maksat or?
In the Maksat game, Gevorg, the player playing black, has already won the first game and they are playing the second game. So now we are actually having second games in both the cases. So this is
Okay.
the game that we are having right now where The black pawn is on e4. Maksat versus Georg. Georg is actually leading the match right now,
Okay.
and he,
So that means black is happy with the draw in this case.
yes, yes. I think now rook c1. Let's just put the rook back, and you can have hope for a potential passer.
And you see the backward pawn is now on d4. So white's problem for now seems solved.
Yes. So
And white
some,
can play for a5 and these pawns on the queen side for black.
yeah. Now things are looking quite bright for white. So ed4 will follow, I'm sure. Oh, he goes queen takes a5.
Queen
Okay.
a5. So c7 is hanging now. And that is why this works. So black has no time to take on e3 or even to play d3 because both of these rooks are c7 is
Hanging.
attacked right now and d8 is pinned. So both of the rooks are undefended here.
So rook c d7 might happen, isn't it? And then
But we
e
have
takes
queen
d4.
e5 check somewhere, you know. So white will take on d4 and black has no time to take on d4 because then in the end, queen a5 will drop the rook on
Yeah,
d4.
that's nice, nice, well spotted there. So after queen a5, what you mean is, let's say if black plays something like rook c8, there is ed4, and let's say if
Yes,
they play rook
let's not
e7.
start with queen e5 because even though that is still fine, black has f6.
Yeah,
And then we have to take on e4. Okay, that is still fine for white, but maybe
yeah,
white has options, you know, which pawn to take.
yeah,
So by choice. You can take on d4 or e4.
yeah. Oh, no, I mean, in general, I think white is like doing great here. And in the other game, we have Catalan, and
So
this
this
is,
game we might see Armageddon then if the scores go to level.
yeah, in the game between Maksut and Georg, I think yes, we might see an Armageddon. Oh, they are playing the line we discussed.
Okay, let me see.
And I think here rook takes d4 is a blunder, which white knows that black should not take rook takes d4. f6, and suddenly queen is getting trapped. Wow, queen is getting trapped. Dear viewers, you can spot a move.
How is queen getting trapped?
Rook
Sorry.
d2, and then queen is trapped.
Oh, okay. Black's queen is trapped like that.
Then there's
Oh,
queen
nice,
c3.
nice. Queen c3. Very good tactics by white. Very good tactics. Rook d2 was a nice find.
So that
And
means Armageddon here.
yes, yes. You know, see, it looks like the queen is on a very active square on e2, but the pawns are blocking completely. So e4 pawn and h5 pawn are taking away the important squares for
Yeah,
queen to return back.
I think d5 was not even necessary. Just rook d1 was okay.
Yes. So looks like f6 was a big blunder here for black.
Yeah.
And other than that, black could have still fought this and still would have tried his chances.
So it's a very nice tactic here also. Like rook takes d5 is not possible because of rook check and then queen h6.
Yes, so you know, when we are playing this blitz, it also shows your tactical skills. So that is why you should train a lot of tactics and puzzles to be sharp in blitz and bullet games.
Yeah, 100% agree. So before the Title Tuesday, usually I also like go to chess.com/puzzles and finish my basic 3-minute portion, and then when I observed that it does make a difference because you're more alert that way.
Yes,
Alright.
yes. And the chess.com also has a lot of features, even in puzzles. So you can solve the standard puzzles, you can do the puzzle battles, or do the puzzle survival, and also vision training. So a lot of features are there. So you can do go and check out and let us know which are your favorite ones.
Yes, and in addition to having this 3-minute, 5-minute, and survival portion, if you are a coach, also it can be of great help because you can go to chess.com/puzzles, click on custom training, and show those positions based on themes. If you are planning to teach some chess themes to your students, let's say you're teaching pin, you can just click on pin and you will only get positions pertaining to pin, or let's say pertaining to back rank mate. that's also a good feature. Coming
Yeah,
back to
that's
the
also a
game,
good idea to train certain themes.
yes, that's right. And coming back to the game, we have challenging Kibitzer in a situation where he only requires a draw to move to finals.
Yes. So we are following their game, and once again, you can see the time situation is a bit extreme. And black is holding very strongly this position. And I believe it's equal right now and looking good for black to move on to the next round.
Yeah, looks great right now. And I would probably play g5, but he goes knight g4. Okay.
So white is stuck to passive defense. You see, like the pieces are a bit entangled. Like bishop f1 is defending e2, rook is defending the knight. So white needs to solve a little bit of these problems to be able to create something. And this puts a lot of pressure on white because white is in a must-win situation here. So playing solid or playing for equality is not good enough at this point for white.
Yeah, there is a particular line in Catalan where white actually reaches a position like this by force and then they play for that a6 pawn.
Mhm.
So one of the winning ideas for white, like plans to win, is actually to put the pawn on e3, put the knight on d4 and then exchange the light square bishop. But that's not possible with pawn on f4. Now I'm not sure because the black knight on c6 will remain there.
Mhm.
So this knight d4 idea may not work here.
Okay, so white is challenging the bishop, but now knight is just in time to defend a6.
Yeah, I think black is
Now,
fine
which way to take? Maybe with pawn here
with the
to
pawn.
solve
Yeah,
the
yeah.
problem for once and get the pawn out of a6.
Yeah, and now maybe black is even playing for more than equality.
Mhm.
He can play
So
rook
I see
d3.
rook d3, a very tempting move here to play.
But I will
But
first play h6, like provide the luft for the king, no back rank problems, and then go ahead. Yeah, goes
so
for
black
it.
is reading your mind. Or you are reading black's mind. It's the other way around.
Yeah, there is a deliberate delay in the stream because I don't want the players to listen to me.
No, of course. And they are on call right now. They are sharing screens. So we have fair play policy to all
Yeah,
the games and making sure that we are, and all the players are following it.
yes, absolutely. And Armageddon is starting, I think now. Let's look at Armageddon.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Armageddon has begun. Georg is white and Maksat. Oh, we have. Maybe they have changed the color. So we'll come back to this game. So right now
Okay.
we are still in the game between Ali and Vedant.
Yes. So in this position, we have 5 pawns on each side, so material is equal. But I like black's chances maybe slightly because of more activity. But in longer game, maybe white can hold this.
Yeah. I mean, but the holding was not enough here today because White has to win to force a tiebreak.
Yes. Okay, so time pressure on white here, a lot of time pressure on white.
Yeah, knight d5 and then rook takes e3, right?
Knight d1 probably after that.
Yeah, so knight d5, knight
Knight
d1,
d1. And then you have to defend b5 here.
and c3. Oh, knight
Knight
d3.
d3. So going for rook and games here.
Oh,
Wait,
rook
was
c2.
that rook d2?
No, rook c2 would have won the piece,
Yeah, rook
but
c2 was a nice tactic shot there.
this is also winning. Yeah, black is winning this one.
Yes. So I think black is, playing very safely, very cautiously, and going for securing a draw.
Yeah,
And draw was offered by black here, and that is just enough. So we don't need to try hard for black. Just secure a nice draw and go to the next round. That is the finals.
yeah. I'm just seeing if there is any way for white to lose. I mean, black to lose in this game. I think the only problem could be if the rook comes to c1, but there is no such a chance. So they're going to draw this game, and Vedant is going to, I think, go to the next round.
Yes, but there is no point for repetition, so white has to do something else anyway. I mean, to take a risk at this point.
Yeah. And
I know
apart,
it's there is no weakness to play for, but that's the only try.
yeah, to just keep playing until the very end and see if fortune favors you. Okay. So
Now
with
even rook is stuck on the defense of e3, so there are no weakness that white can play for here.
yeah, only the only problem maybe could be if let's say white is just waiting and not doing anything, and black makes a terrible rook blunder or a mouse slip.
Yeah, that is still possible.
Oh, I have seen a trap here. Let's say put a rook on a7, put the king on f2, and then put the
And
rook
then
on
try to
c1.
create a checkmate.
Yeah, but yeah, the game
But
is already drawn.
we have a draw. Okay, congratulations to challenging Kibitzer for going into the finals, and we have our first finalist with
Yes.
this.
And then we have the Armageddon game between Georg and Maksut. Maksut is black this time.
So let's follow the Armageddon game, and only one player will go to the finals from this. And this is a very tense situation for both the players. Lot on stake on this game.
Yep. Interesting. Did
So
we?
we have a grandmaster clash here in this game,
Yes.
as you can see.
Yeah, both the
So
players are grandmasters. You're right. And dear viewers, here's an interesting fact I would like to share that in chess, the most common pawn structure is 3-3 versus 4-2. As you can see, white has 3 pawns on the king side, 3 pawns on the queen side, and black has 4 pawns here and 2 pawns here. So this is called 3-3 versus 4-2. I learned this first by watching Daniel King's DVD. Have you heard of this fact before, Rucha?
no, I now I can relate to it, but I haven't heard about it.
Okay, so be it Caracan, Sicilian, French, Queen's Gambit, Slav, there are many places in which 3-3 versus 4-2 comes together. I have played it myself many times, and it's a great idea to know the piece placements of each side, like how to play with white, how to play with black. In this particular segment where the b4 pawn has fallen, I would say that the player playing black usually plays for e5 and f5, but he launched an attack on the queen side. So things are slightly different here.
Yes, yes. So after bishop b4, maybe now a slight edge for black, or it's still not the case.
You mean you prefer white here?
No. I
Maybe.
mean, I prefer a slight. I mean, I'm saying a slight edge for black after bishop b4 now.
Slight edge for black, maybe. But the knight on h6, that gives me a compensation feeling. Like, okay, pawn is gone, but the knight on h6 is dim.
Yes, I would be happy if I can put my knight on c5 and, like play f6, e5, but it is too far-fetched because f6 is almost impossible here because knight is threatening to take on e6 and also the bishop on b3 is stopping this idea. But knight
Yep.
on c5 is something black would want.
Yeah, I think that's a very good response because knight will come to c5 eventually. Now this after g5, I think white is okay because the knight on h6, which was not doing anything, has now said thank you very much for the square on f5.
Oh,
Knight
wow.
e6,
Is it working? But there is rook f7, right? Takes and rook f7, defending d7.
and
And
then knight takes
c5. So this
c5.
was the idea.
Oh,
And now white is almost forced to go into this endgame with queen f7. Otherwise, the knight will take on b3.
yeah, and then there's literally no compensation. So queen f7 has to happen, and then after everything is exchanged, white is a piece down. Okay.
Wow. So knight e6 was not
Not the
great
best.
idea for
Yeah.
white.
Now what is white doing? White wants to go rook d5.
But now black is... Okay, so we have 2 pieces for the rook
Yeah, two
right now.
pieces for the rook.
2 pieces for the rook. Pawns are same, 4 pawns for both sides. So in general, two pieces are considered better than the rook. And in chess, if even if you have this point system, and we have points for every pieces, in general, it is considered more the pieces you have, the better chances you will have. For example, even if a queen versus two rook, even it's equal, two rooks may create more chances. Also depends on the position, of course, but yes, two
Yes,
pieces can be
that's
stronger
right.
than.
Now here is an interesting aspect. Maybe you could also consider studying this. I really like this subject that Mikhail Tal loved playing with the rook against two pieces, and his games have been featured in Learning from Legends. That's a book of Marine. So I think the player playing white is playing like Mikhail Tal here in a way because he's managed to get the piece back.
Mhm. Yes, yes, I just saw rook d5, and now suddenly white got the piece back, and it's now exchange.
And then bishop into g5, rook d7, king
So now black has
e6.
to fight for a draw here. So I was saying two pieces are good, but white managed to get the piece back with a nice tactic, and now black is fighting for a draw in this game.
Yeah. Change of tables now after b5. It's not that black is lost. Black still has hope. Like bishop c7 can be played, but I don't
And
like this
if,
move.
yeah, knight e7. So white needs to get the king in time on the queen side, because these pawns, if they start advancing, can become dangerous.
Yeah, then it's going to be exciting race. Let's say.
Yes. And this has no increment. So
Oh, this is going to be a mess if there is no increment.
so
Yeah,
white
yeah.
has to be very fast here. White needs to be very fast. You can't afford to spend 5 seconds on a move at this stage. Come on.
A5 is a good practical move. It's like threatening. I'm going to play b4.
I'm going to say that black is going to flag white here, no matter the position. Because
Oh,
even if it's winning, 10 seconds are not enough.
yeah. And this is such a messy position now.
Yes, yes. And black managed the time perfectly in the Armageddon situation here. So black starts with 1 minute extra, and he is putting pressure on time. A very well experienced player, I must say.
Yeah. Now
And
b1
also
queen, rook
he's
b7.
winning on position. So both situation, black is winning here. Bishop b6, and
Oh,
wow, nice, nice position in the end. Even though it's timeout, you see that black is promoting one of his pawns next move. And congrats to Maqsad
Maksat.
for going to the final. And we will be watching final between Maqsad and Vedant. And we will be looking at we will be starting the games shortly.
Yes, with that, we'll take a small break and return. Don't go anywhere.
Yes.
Welcome back. And we'll be seeing the finals very soon. And we also have an update from the World Cup. And Vidit has drawn his first game against Adiban, and Pragnananda has won his game against Krasenko. And their second
That's
game is going live.
that's very good news for us to know
Yes.
that. And we have three Indians in tiebreak today, and Vidit and Adiban drew the game, and Pragnanda has started with a win. So that's a good news for
Good news
us.
for India, yes. I
Yes.
have a feeling Prague will like get through, but I'm not sure who will win in the clash between Vidit and Adiban.
Yes, that's a uh, tough call to take sides.
Okay. So now I think we are waiting for the start of the final game. There will be two games between Maksat and Vedant. Vedant has already proved again and again in this match as well as the qualifiers that he is a great player in this time control. Like he has won convincingly. We both watched the
Wow, yes.
games.
And now we are going to finals, and the two finalists of this event are Grandmaster Maksat and we have Vedant Panisar. So these are our two finalists for today, and the time control will be same. We will be watching two games with 5+3 as the time format.
Yes, and then what are the chances of this game or this match ending in an Armageddon? What do you think?
Quite high, maybe.
Yeah, based on
Quite
the
high.
we have already seen I think two Armageddons.
Mhm. Yes, yes. We have seen Armageddons, and both of these players are very solid. So as we saw, as we are following their games, we see that they are playing very solid and also very fast. So let's see what happens.
So if you had to pick one player, who would you pick right now?
Right now, I can't pick sides with both of these players, so I'm quite neutral, I must say. Do you have a favorite out of these two?
No, I mean it's not easy because I saw his wide games. Vedant is being very solid, and I also saw Maksad being very tactically alert and also playing fast. So it's I think a very good clash because we see the best of players from the lot, and that's the reason, of
Yes,
course,
yes.
they are in the finals. So I mean I'm also very reluctant on picking sides here because
Yes. So
hard to say.
Maksud is, of course, a grandmaster and very solid player himself, but Vedant is playing impressive starting from the qualifiers and now getting into the finals. So the players are ready, and we are starting with the first game of the final, and it starts with d4, knight f6, c4, g6. So is it King's Indian or Grunfeld?
Let me just follow that. Give me a moment.
So we are looking at King's Indian defense. So that
One
was
moment.
of Maksud.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, this is the King's Inn. You're right. Yeah, this is the game. We have it ready.
So 5+3 is for blitz players is a lot of time. We must say. So for those who are playing a lot of blitz and bullet, 5+3 can be a lot of time. So it's important to spend the time in the beginning and get good ideas, good position, and use the time well.
So we have one user here, our subscriber, random person in the YouTube channel. His name is random person, and he's saying that the GM will win.
Mhm.
So that's his prediction. I have actually faced this position with black, exactly 10 years back.
10
So
years back.
yeah, I played under 17
You have a
nationals.
very good memory then.
Yeah, because I had to hold the game to keep my chances in the tournament, and my opponent did play the same system where he went for Zamish and he picked up the c5 pawn, and here black should go queen a5
Mhm.
and then rook d8 should come. So let's see if he does so. Yeah, he goes for
Okay.
queen a5.
So we see queen a5 on the board, and now where will the bishop go? E3
E-
or a3? So
Both
these
options are
both are
possible. Yeah,
interesting ideas.
bishop e3. Yeah, bishop a3 is. I mean, the idea of bishop a3 is to go queen a4. That's what happened. Wow. So both the players are theoretically quite well prepared.
Yes, okay. So queen a4. white is okay with trading the queens here, and now black needs to make a decision whether to keep the queens on the board or to play this equal endgame.
Yeah, so there is a crazy line that goes here, queen e5, and then white goes queen b5, and then black goes queen b8, and then white goes queen g5. So I'm not sure if they will like play this, but
Okay.
yeah, this is a line. Let's see.
So it is like extreme way to avoid exchange of queens.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that there was something like this,
Mhm.
but he goes queen g5. Okay,
Wait, now there are some tricks with queen d2, so white needs to play
prevent
a rook
it. Rook
one
d1.
or queen c2.
Yeah, I think rook d1 because queen on a4 is okay, but rook d1, then rook takes d1, you'll do artificial castling with king d1. Oh, queen c2.
So he goes for queen c2.
Okay, so now there is a killer move here. Okay, this is not the move that I had prepared, it's an engine suggestion here.
Mhm.
It's bishop h3.
Bishop h3. Wow, what's happening? So if takes, then queen h4, is it?
G takes h3, then there is knight e5. That's the point. Threatening knight f3
Okay.
and knight d3.
Mhm. That would be very difficult to play for white.
Yeah. I mean, it's a practically tough move to face, but of course, after knight d5. The reason I checked is because this is a kind of move that happens in Zamish or Samish.
Mhm.
Rook c8. What is black's threat
So,
now?
so black is okay to give up this pawn on e7, and in confidence that his compensation is good enough for the pawn.
So I'm actually wondering what happens on knight d7. Knight e7, bishop
So
e7,
knight
rook
e7
d7.
takes, and there might be rook c4 ideas. So we need to be a bit careful about that.
Yeah, rook c4. That's right. You're right. Rook c4.
And maybe black can plan here b5 possibly.
Yeah. In the current position or
Yes, I mean, after rook c8, b5 is always a possibility. So we need
correct.
to figure out the tactics if it works, but just it is tempting move to play.
Yeah. The computer is suggesting a weird repetition with knight ef4, queen e5, knight d3, queen h5, and then repeat.
Knight d3, what happens if we take with rook d3?
No, the white knight is on d5
Okay,
in the current position.
the knight. All right. So knight ef4, queen e5, and then knight d3.
Yeah, and then queen goes to h5.
But you see this idea queen d4 and bishop c5 is actually trapping the queen on d4.
Oh, that's a nice
So,
variation to show. Queen trap in the center of the board, in the middle. It's a rare sight. Take a picture, folks. So g3, queen h5. Yeah. Knight ef4 might happen, but you know, white is thinking.
so maybe one of those situations that here Vedant is down on time.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Vedant is like a little apprehensive about playing knight f4 because of queen takes f3, but that helps white to like get his king into safety, like bishop g2, queen g4, and castles.
Okay.
So
I'm a bit looking for ideas to trap the queen even there. Maybe knight e3 after queen g4.
is it like possible? Let's see, knight e3. Black has queen g5 and is escaping.
Okay, right on time, maybe.
Yeah.
But I will be a bit scared to take on f3. Oh, he goes for it.
Oh, so this happens in the game.
Queen g4. So black um, just gets out of time with queen g5. Castling I like. This move I like. So finally the king is out of the center and the king will be safe here on g1. Maybe
Yeah.
even
I just realized that Vedant has made this a bold decision because he actually had a draw if he wanted. Bishop s3, queen f3, bishop g2, queen g4 is a draw.
Yes, but in this situation, he decides to play with the white pieces
Yeah.
because they will be playing two games and you are playing one game with white and one game with black. So maybe the best idea, best strategy in general at a high level is to try to play and push with white and to hold with black.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Of course,
great
it's
to
very
move.
difficult in practical situation, but that's the strategy top players go with.
Especially even in World Cup, you might have seen that players strike with white and they
Mhm,
give their everything with white, and with black they are like sometimes happy with a draw.
mhm.
So yes, you are right. I think that must have played in his mind that next game he'll be black, and he has to keep pushing in this game.
Yes, it would be very interesting if this goes into Armageddon,
Yeah,
if the
I think
finals go
two
to
draws
Armageddon.
can take us, or let's say two decisive results favoring each can take us there.
Yes, it will it will be very funny if this game goes to draw because from the very beginning both players are trying to create something from the very beginning.
Yeah, you are right. So here knight e2 is not coming, but white might have to consider g5 ideas, because then if the knight
Mhm.
moves, then knight e2 is a fork.
Mhm. Queen f4 is possible.
Queen f4 is actually possible. If you look at the material count, 6 pawns for white, 6 pawns for black,
Mhm.
everything seems equal.
White can go for a pawn here with bishop capture e7. That can be played right now.
Played. And on rook e8, you want to go bishop f6.
Yeah, bishop f6. Or shall we go with d6?
D6. Yeah, that's a better move.
Yes, d6 can be a good try here. Now we can see b7 is under attack, and somewhere d7 is a potential threat. Bishop f6 and d7 if the queen is pushed back.
Yeah, bishop f6 and d7 seems
Oh,
serious.
wait, we have some bishop h3 skewer, then knight f4, and then knight e2. What's happening
Wow,
there?
wow. Bishop into g4, knight e2, and then king g2, knight c1, bishop c8, rook c8, rook
And
c1.
then d7 maybe first.
D7. So ultimately, white is coming on top.
Yes, now this d6 pawn is very, very strong, and this threat is very hard to stop with d7 coming up.
Wow, amazing play by Vedant.
Mhm. Yes, g takes f4, and now black needs to move the rook to stop this threat. And now white will, I think, play rook e1 so that to
E7
create
is
again,
protected.
again this idea with d7.
Yeah,
And maybe bishop f8 after that, but bishop f6. No, bishop f8 is not possible anyway because d4 will be
will be
lost.
lost. Yeah, so knight e6,
Knight e6. Mhm.
and then just come back with your bishop and threaten d7.
Yes.
So the game is now reaching the final stage, I think, with both players. Like Vedant is having less than a minute, and his
Mhm.
opponent has
But now
90
d7
seconds.
is the can be the final shot of this very hard fought tactical battle.
Yes, seems so. Yeah, he goes for d7, and he, I think, wraps up the game.
Yes. Wow, what a game. This was so fascinating game in especially in terms of tactics. What a great fight.
Yep. I think he'll have to make the moves fast, but and also make sure that it doesn't blunder anything. He has everything in control. He can easily take the pawn on b7.
Yes. So now black is knight is under attacking f8. Okay, so now b7, a7 will also fall.
Don't take a7. That would be that would be poisonous pawn.
Oh yes. You can show that.
And then it'll be we'll have to bid by to the rook on a7.
Yes. Be greedy, but don't be as greedy.
So b3. Okay. Rooks on the
Yes,
seventh rank.
with
Both the
b7.
rooks.
And now with this just needs some technique and will be win for white soon.
Yeah, perfect. I think he's playing perfect moves. Just rook
But you know,
a7.
like even in this such short time control, black managed not to get his queen trap. He was playing with.
He goes for rook a7.
Wait, what happened? What
He
happened?
goes for rook a7. The
Oh
move,
no, Rook A7 just happened. Oh no,
the
the same trick
poisonous
that we
move.
just talked about. Oh no. Oh
It
no.
was so obvious that I also mentioned Rook A7, but then I saw it and it was not the best move.
Oh no, now the games is suddenly changing. Turn of tables here. And now Black just got this bishop d4 trick, which was the final trick in this. And now looks like Black is the one who is winning with piece up. So he has
Yeah,
piece for a pawn, but this will be winning for Black.
yeah.
So,
To,
we were talking that we should not celebrate early. We were talking about that in
in the
before.
earlier
This
part
is
of the stream,
exactly what
yes.
happened. That no matter what, we have to stay calm and stay relaxed till the end.
Things simply go
Wow,
knight
what a turn
h5.
of events. And that is a pity for White, who played very well, very good game from the very beginning.
Yeah,
But once again, patience prevails for Maksat.
yes. And that one small trap with Rook A8 and then changed things.
Even I failed for it right now. I was going after rook b7, rook e7, and that's what happened right in this game.
Yeah, I think this is over. I don't even see any trap that white could set.
Okay,
Okay.
so Black won this game. What a turn of events with this game. Oh no. So we had a completely winning position for White here,
Yeah.
for Vedant, and he missed one tactics, and now it is a must-win situation for Vedant with the black pieces.
Correct. And if Vedant wins, we will have an Armageddon. If he draws, then this will be the last game of the event. Great
Mhm.
finals. So four knights. Okay. I think he'll go for knight f6. Have you faced this before?
Yes, yes. So I'm a e4, e5 player myself with black side. So I do play a lot of these openings, four knights, three knights. So here, some of the main moves for black are knight f6, we have bishop c5, and sometimes even bishop b4.
Yeah. So these are the possibilities. For some reason, Vedant is taking longer than usual, or probably he got disconnected. We're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he goes for g6. Maybe he thought for a while about the move that could give him the best chances to keep the game going.
Mm-hmm.
With maybe
So
like,
black is going with a fianchetto with the bishop. So we'll
yeah,
follow up with bishop g7 and the short castling, and later maybe to take f5, break in the middle game.
yes. So that's a break that black usually hopes for in fianchetto structures. And
So
here,
in this position, black cannot afford to play d6 because then white will just trade the queens, take on e5, and just queen d8 and play for a strategic draw.
yeah. So now we have reached a position where white has like played a gambit with knight d5, and here after knight d4 bg7, knight b5 is very dangerous. So
Oh
he actually
wow.
fell for a trap.
Oh no, c7 cannot be defended anymore.
Yeah,
So now you see rook b8 is almost forced rook b8 or king f8 to get out of this fork, and he is going for something aggressive with queen h4, but can be extremely risky.
yeah. I think here knight dc7 and then queen d6 is like falling completely.
Mhm. And the black does not have any threats that I can see of, so I can only see queen e4, and even then that is not much for black.
Yeah. So white
So
is
I don't
figuring out.
understand queen h4 here. I mean, at least black should try to play king f8, rook b8. Okay, it is still a big advantage for white, but this is now completely falling. And you know what happened in this game is not just that he made a blunder, but he's tilted, very common phenomena in chess players with the last game. And that is what is happening in this game. So he is not a bad player who is missing this, but he is tilted because of his previous game that happened.
Yeah, for all those who have joined just now, we had the first final game in which Vedant was winning. He played really well in the most of the game, most part of the game. But then in the end, he fell for a skewer trap, or let's say the double attack trap, and everything changed. And Maksat won that game. And now we are in the second game where Maksat is white and Vedant is black.
Yes, so this is a very common thing in chess, that if we lose such a very unfortunate tragic game, it is very very difficult to come out of it, and that too very quickly. So this game just started, just immediately after the last one, and there is no time to recover from that.
Yeah, that's true.
So of course experience helps, and it also helps you to deal with such situations, but even then it's not easy for
Yeah,
anybody.
that's true. It's not easy. Here, white has queen c4 and is threatening f7 mate and c8 bishop. I think that will be the end of it. But let's see. Let's see if he finds queen c4. He does. He plays
Yes,
queen
queen
c4.
c4. So Maksat is playing grandmaster chess, not giving any chances for black to create any tricks. So queen c4 is played, and now black king is looking very vulnerable here.
Yeah, it's on f8. So it has been deprived of its castling rights. Then queen c8 and then bishop d4 might follow.
Hmm. Bishop d4, f6, then queen b7 maybe.
Yeah. So I sometimes evaluate positions based on the abilities of the side to create a trap. But here I don't see any trap for black yet.
Yes.
Practically it's white who will win. Bishop d3. Okay. Can you do knight d3, then cd3 and queen a5 check? Yeah, I think
I
that
think
could
king
be.
e2 is also just fine maybe.
Yeah, then we at least have
King
got the
e2,
king
queen
out.
e2. Hmm.
So that's
But here now white is, I believe, a whole rook up, and
yeah,
more trade is actually, in long term favoring white.
yeah, that's
Even
true.
if we have few checks, that will be it. And even the rook and knight are not helping at all for black.
Yeah, they have to come out. But any move like this, I think, is always bishop h6 check. Like if you
Mhm.
go knight f6, there's bishop h6 check,
Oh, nice tactic,
and
yes.
then yeah, picking of the rook.
Everything under control for white. And white even did not give any checks with king e2, and king e2 would be followed with queen a2, king f3, queen d5. So
Yeah,
there you have to, be very careful, but king f1 is the most solid.
yeah. King f1 and yeah, Vedant is thinking, not sure what to play.
Okay, I believe this is over, but that's what we said in the last game. So I will refrain from comment until it's really over.
Okay, so he's played a5 because he wants to move the queen, as the queen is in charge of supporting the bishop right now. So after bishop d4 f6, queen b7 will happen,
Yes.
and then
And
maybe
now
the
knight will be
knight.
also in game. So
Yeah.
knight b6 or knight c7, and
Then white
it's
can also play g3, king
very
g2.
dangerous. Hmm.
Queen b7, knight e7. Yeah. Okay, but white is thinking. White is taking his time here. If first goes knight c7.
Knight c7 quite strong, so the knight is also active. Can jump to e6 or e8.
Yep. Dangerous squares. So what should white do now? Should white go knight e8? King
So
f6?
first of all, is there a mate here? So is there any mate here or not?
Hard to say. Maybe knight e6 could be the start. King f7, there is queen d7.
But
then
then knight e7, I guess, and no check once again. No good checks. And now b1 rook is under attack, so white needs to first play this rook somewhere. Maybe rook a1.
Ah, yeah, Rook A1. You're right. So Rook A1, maybe after King F7, he'll go Rook A1.
Mhm.
That way, you keep the momentum going. I was also considering Queen D7, Bishop E7, Knight D6 check,
No, but Queen D7, maybe I will play Knight E7.
and then Knight D6 check.
Then Bishop D6.
Ah, so the trade is okay, right? That's what I thought.
But B1 rook is under attack.
Oh, I mean, after Rook A1. First Rook
Okay, after
A1,
rook.
let's say
Mhm.
Queen moves. Rook B4.
Rook B4. So now there is a possibility of Knight D6 check or Queen D7 once again.
And then you repeat the same thing, Knight E7.
Then Knight D6, right?
Yeah,
Now the
yeah,
bishop can't trade. Okay. Good play by white. Good play by white there.
yeah. Now I think King F8. King E6 is impossible because of Queen F7.
Mhm.
So
So King
King
F8
F8
is only move here.
and Queen D8, King G7.
And maybe take on B7 then and G3
Take on B7. Okay, yeah, yeah. Then
so that
G3.
we stop this diagonal just in case.
Yeah, that's a nice idea because you're protecting the rook. Yeah, now black, he's played Queen D8. Okay, so King G7 has to
King
happen.
G7. And now, okay, Queen D7, King F8 once again.
King H6. Okay, now it's mate, I think. It's going to be mate.
So King H5 is Queen H3 mate. So that makes a black to go to G7.
After King G7, where is the checkmate?
Black is offering a draw here.
Maybe it was a slip. I'm not sure if black can offer a draw here. Knight takes H8. Oh, it goes Knight D6. Oh,
They are repeating here.
what?
Okay. That is enough for Maqsad to win the
Ah,
tournament.
that's right. That's for a moment I thought, what are they going to an Armageddon? And then I realized, okay, the player playing white had already won the game.
Yes, yes. Of course, so it was completely winning for white, but the tournament situation, it's enough for Maqsad to take this draw because he just scored 1.5 out of 2, and that makes Maqsad our tonight's champion of the event.
Yes, that's right. Maqsad from Turkmenistan, Grandmaster, is the champion of the event. I think we will have him soon on the call, so
Mhm.
just give us a moment and we'll be back with him.
Yes, congrats to Maqsad and also challenging Kibitzer for putting a great fight. And let's see if we can invite them on the stream.
Yeah. Two boots. everyone, and hello Vedant. Congratulations for second place finish. And first question to you: how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very happy. Okay, I was unlucky not to win the finals, but yeah,
Okay,
it's a
well,
part of the
first of
game.
all,
Yeah,
congrats for winning the qualifiers and for impressive victory, standing ahead of all the title players. And tonight also, you were doing excellent, but bad luck for today.
yeah,
So me and Rucha were watching your game very closely, and we did spot the eventual trap, that is Rook A7, because Rucha
mhm.
mentioned let's take the pawn on B7, and then we realized that okay, taking the pawn on A7 is poisonous, and then we saw his move Rook A8, and I also thought okay, let's go Rook A7 and trade, and then I realized oh, that's a poisonous square.
Yeah. I went into an autopilot mode, so it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
of
right, it
course.
happens.
Of course, we all have a bad day, and we understand that. But you are a very impressive fast player, and that is a very great skill you have, because we were following your games, and most of the time you were always ahead of the time, and even the starting first games that you played were really impressive. I think I like one of your games where you had a complete positional victory, and it really shows your blitz skills.
Yeah, luckily I've been practicing some blitz in this lockdown.
Mhm,
Yeah, and it paid off this time.
mhm.
Okay.
And can you tell the viewers how are you practicing? How are you training currently? And how do you reach this, let's say online rating of 2600? It's a very big
Um,
milestone.
okay, I've been like just practicing daily. Like I have a lot of friends who help me, and it's all because of them and my coaches that I am able to play so well.
Okay.
And yeah, during this lockdown, especially, I think all the youngsters have improved their blitz skills a lot.
Yes, that is true. And what are your plans for on the board events? I know the tournaments are not yet started, but what are your goals?
I would definitely want to play some events, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, due to the pandemic, and I also don't have my passport now, so there are some problems. I'll surely try to play some events in September.
Okay, yeah, tournaments are not yet completely started, but we can use this time, to train and get better so that when we finally start playing, we can get back and even uh, if rating is any indicator, improve our rating and also go after titles and norms.
Yeah, for sure.
And did you
Yes.
participate in any other online event, Vedant, in the recent months?
Yes, I did participate in some nationals and state championships. Yeah, of course, playing some blitz events on chess.com and leeches.
Okay, all right. And what's your FIDE rating right now?
It's 20 to 66.
2266. Have you ever touched 2300?
I was 20 to 96 and then I dropped to 20 to 66.
Okay, so the reason I asked is we want you to see we want to see you as a title player soon on chess.com,
Yeah,
so that you can also participate in the title Tuesday every Tuesday.
Yes, yes. And we believe that he has improved a lot in this last year, and he is now an underrated 2300, even if he's 2300.
Yeah, and
thank you so much for that.
uh, did you have any special preparation today before the round?
No, nothing specific.
So
I
you
was
knew the
just trying to manage.
pairings?
I knew the pairings. Yeah, just was trying to manage my time. Things.
Okay, one
And
question. Yeah, you can go ahead.
yes, yes. Very quickly, do you have a favorite game out of today that you played?
Yeah, my game against Adidas Sport. I
Mhm,
think I played really well with the white pieces.
mhm.
I squeezed him. And I got the full point.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
talking about the game that we were saying with the pawns on light squares and then opposite color
Yeah.
bishop, right?
Yes. Correct.
Yes, yes. So that was a very equal game, and knight a4, knight c5, and completely dominating on the queen side. And yes, a very smooth positional victory that was, without giving any chance to the opponent.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was a nice way.
And I have a question. In the last game, we were watching that you spent more than usual time on your fourth or fifth move, I think, when your opponent played knight c3, third move. So what was going on
Yep.
in your mind?
I mean, knight c3 was an indication that he wanted to force a draw. And if I would have played like normal knight f6 stuff, so he would have played d4 and
Scotch,
gone
okay.
into a very equalish position where black has absolutely no chances to win. So I was trying to figure out if I could do something creative. Although g6 is definitely a bad move, but probably it was a best shot.
No, I would take that side and say no, g6 is not bad because I have played it myself. It's just
Ah.
that after knight d5, you need to be careful not to allow bg5 and also not to allow knight b5.
I had no idea about the theory. I just tried to play something creative.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
tournament situation put him to go all in and avoid all these lines which are considered equal.
Yep, and Vedant takes home 15,000 rupees as well as Paramount Deals chessboard. So congratulations, Vedant.
Yes,
And
congratulations and a very, very good fight. Well done.
Thank you so much.
I
It was a
think,
pleasure playing this event.
yeah, all thanks to Aavhan IIT, Bombay, and all the sponsors. And we'll be back with the winner soon. And we'll take a short break here. Rucha, do you have any questions for Vedant?
Yes, I would like to wish you all the best and keep up with your training. You are doing amazing right now, and we wish to see you become a title players and India's next grandmaster.
Thank you so
Go
much.
for it, keep training, and do play in tournaments when you can.
Sure. Thank you so
All
much
the
for
best,
the
Vedant.
best
All the
wishes.
best. Well done.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll take a short break now and we'll be back. Welcome back, everyone, and we are in the last segment where we'll be talking about the event and the winner. So, congratulations to Maqsad from Turkmenistan for the incredible tactical trick in the final, match one, and then also convincingly winning the game number two.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations to Maksad, and very well done, very well done. And he showed a lot of nerves, from the very beginning, and played very solid and very inspiring chess today to take home the winners. Can I say trophy because it's online event,
Yes,
but the
definitely.
winners place indeed.
So he takes home 20,000 Indian rupees, and now I think it's time to congratulate also the second participant, second place, Vedant. He was on our stream, and we also did an interview. Congratulations, Vedant.
Yes, and thank you everybody for joining the stream today, and congrats to all the qualified players too. Because they played a qualifier, which was about 400 players played in that event, and they were the top 8. So that is also impressive in itself to play that event and to be a part of this tournament today.
Yeah, that's true. And every player in the qualifiers, they are getting like the fifth to eighth position. They're getting 4,000 each. So that's also a great accomplishment. And now I think it's time to thank the sponsors. So first of all, thanks Aavhan IIT Bombay for organizing this event and making chess.com their partner. So we are glad we were able to host this on chess.com India's YouTube channel. And thanks to CoinDCX, the title sponsor Paramount Deals, and then MPO Sports for being associated with this event, and also thank you Rucha. I forgot to mention that this is first appearance of Rucha Pujari on our channel. So welcome to our channel here.
Thank you, Niranjan, for inviting me today, and a great way to celebrate International Chess Day with this great event.
Indeed, yeah. So I am having a day full of chess things, classes, games, puzzles, and then we have also
Yes.
got Title Tuesday.
And are you playing in the Title Tuesday or will you be commenting today?
I'll be doing both, as I
Oh,
always
then good
do.
luck to you
Thank
for
you.
tonight. And let's wish all the viewers a very happy chess day today. And thank you for joining the stream and making this tournament a huge success for everybody who joined today in today's event, and also the qualifiers. And not just that, we had also under 1800 section of the tournament. So a lot of players also joined that event. So this was a great success, and we wish you all the best for your coming tournaments.
Yes, dear viewers, thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Rucha, for being my co-host today. It was nice that we finally got to see each other after a really long time. We're not
Yes, yes,
played
indeed.
over the board
And
events for a while.
it was great to do this stream together, to do this broadcast together.
Yes, and I wish you all the best in your chess and as well as your streaming endeavors. You're also streaming quite regularly these days, so wishing the best
Yes,
to you. And
thank you.
viewers, I think that's a wrap.
Yes, so keep enjoying chess as always, and enjoy chess not just today on this special day, but 365 days.
Yes. So that's a great note. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye. Good night.